Gonna shoot a quick video on cleaning the speaker out on my iPhone. This is my old phone. I'm using my newer one to film this. It was getting really hard to hear. It was a very slow, progressive thing. I thought I was just losing my hearing, which I probably am. Anyways, I just discovered that it wasn't just my bad ears. It was actually the phone's speaker was dirty. The little grill. There's a really fine screen covering the speaker. And sweat and dirt, dust, stuff gets in there, it packs in there, and it starts blocking the sound. And I was pretty amazed at how much it'll block the sound. So the one I'm using to film, I've already cleaned. I just started scraping this one, and you can see all that crud that's coming out of there. Um, it Most people probably don't have as bad of a problem. I'm a mechanic. I'm always in the dirt, and between work and hobbies, things I like to do, the phone is getting exposed to a lot of sweat in my pockets, dust and dirt when I'm working on stuff or out playing. But that grime builds up and blocks the sound out. I mean, you can see that's pretty bad. Quite a bit of stuff in there. So, anyways, you can start off with one of these. I'm using this little plastic toothpick. I was using it to clean the charging port earlier, and then I did the speaker. You could use a wooden toothpick, any thin object. You don't want it to be something super sharp and pointy like a knife or, a scratch awl or something that might poke through that wire. But basically, you just want to scrub the surface off. Once you get it to where stuff isn't coming out, I mean, it's still releasing a lot of junk. Once you get that to where you think it's pretty much done, isn't going to get a whole lot better, then go in there with a small brush. I'm using an old toothbrush here. I'll just go ahead and jump ahead. Get your toothbrush or whatever brush you've got. Try to get it into that slot and just work it and work it. Just keep working it till you don't see any stuff, and probably some more after that. Like I said, that screen is really fine, so it's going to hold a lot of stuff. This is the Q-tip I used to clean the phone that I'm using right now. That's quite a bit of grunge that came out of there. So after you do the pick, scrape off the thick stuff, then your brush, get it all out as much as that. Go in there with your Q-tip and press in there. You have to press fairly hard and start scrubbing, and you should feel the screen like scraping against the Q-tip. This one isn't doing it, probably because there's still so much junk packed in there. The one I already cleaned, when I got in there and I pressed in with the Q-tip, I could feel the Q-tip kind of sliding across the screen. And I will stop talking for a second and let you hopefully listen, and you'll hear the pick on the screen here. And yeah, there's still a bit of stuff coming up. It's reduced now. So anyways, do that to your phone. If your speaker doesn't sound like it's loud enough for you, you might just need to clean that out. Obviously, your volume controls, you should check, make sure your volume's up. There are settings, I believe, for hearing aids. I don't remember exactly how it's labeled. Probably in accessibility under settings. So check that, make sure it's not set to something goofy. But if all your settings are correct, your volume's up, it sounds kind of low, clean that out. The bottom speakers are also susceptible to getting dirty. This is an old phone, has that little grid type pattern. I think the newer ones have larger holes, but you could go in there with a thin toothpick or something and scrape those out if you needed to. Some people say to use compressed air. I'm a little leery of that. I don't know how much pressure this could handle. I did use one of those cans of air, like those little air dusters people use around an office. It's fairly low pressure, so I blasted it with that. I don't know if it really did anything for it, but it's probably not enough pressure to be able to hurt it. Could possibly help blow stuff out of the screen. Yeah, it made a really big difference. So, hope that helps.